One thing about a Gitzit lure is that 90% of them are hand dipped and hand split. Now what that means to you is that when you get something that's made by hand, you get a lot more skirts or a lot more strands in your skirt than you would if it was injected. You probably get about 6 more strands in here. The drawback on that is that sometimes when we're hand splitting a million jigs, sometimes they'll kind of hang together a little bit. So some of the better fishermen, before they'll go out fishing, they'll take a few of these and they'll finish the splitting process on them. It doesn't take very much, but it's important. Another thing that's important about a skirt is that there's a lot of salt added to these lures. And if a plastic lure has a lot of salt in it, which is an excellent fish attractant, and it's not split, that salt doesn't get out in the water. When we put flavors and attractants in these tubes and then we split the skirts, all of that dissipates in the water really good. Being so thin, a tube can even just sit on the bottom. And if the skirts are fine like they are when they're hand split, they'll do this. They'll just have a slight motion in the water, and then suddenly a fish will be watching that, and then if you do put a little twitch on it or something, he interprets that as being something alive, and he'll come for it. Usually when they come for this compared to a crankbait, they'll hit it, and they'll come back and they'll hit it again, and it's almost as if you were using a live worm or something, because you'll just get more chances at that product or that fish.